Hello and welcome to Monster Hunter Freedom Unite for iOS. Yeah, I'm playing this because, I remembered that I had it, but also, you see, I recently upgraded to a new iPhone, and I had put about 20 hours into this game on the old one, but unfortunately, I was not able to actually keep my save data, which is a little bit of a problem. But since I realized, hey, I can connect my iPhone to my computer and record it nice and easily, I might as well record it. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Now, I don't have any controllers for my iPhone because I don't think that Freedom Unite is worth dropping another $40 in order to play comfortably when it's passable using the touchscreen controls. And, yeah, I actually find it easier to forgive this game's flaws when the controls are also flawed. So, here's my guy we got going on. I created the character and done nothing else, as you can see by the 0 minutes time played. And this isn't going to be a challenge run. I'm not going to be using a weapon I've never used before or anything, because I feel like the controls are enough of a handicap. Like, as far as I've gotten in this game is the first Garuga in the village. So, that's not terribly far. That's, I think, like 4-star. So, basically, I'll just be using my most familiar weapon for Freedom Unite, the hammer. If I find myself needing tails, I'll probably swap over to Greatsword. And I'll just be playing through this. I can't promise I'll show you the whole game because, it's not my favorite Monster Hunter, but it's fun enough. So let's go ahead and get on into this. Okay. Oh no, those poor popos. I'm glad that can't actually happen in-game, because that would be bad. So, for those not in the know, Freedom Unite for iOS is the same game that was released on the PSP, just up-resed. And by up-resed, I mean they upped the resolution of the game, but as you can see, the textures are still the same as always. I mean, look at that shoulder there. Delightful. But yes, I am awake. Oh, alright, I'll do some resting. Well, it's a good thing there was snow. Nah, my ego isn't bruised at all. I didn't have control. Okay. I really do like Poke Village. The alpine feel, the music, it's nice. Like, there are a few things that I'm pretty sure they did increase the texture resolution on, like my character's face, for one. Like, that's a decent resolution on the face. But then you look at the underwear and then it's like, are there even pixels there? Like, look at that pendant or whatever in the middle of the vest. That's just a blur. Maybe it's meant to be string? No idea. But what I do know is I am changing my equipment. Because I want a hammer. And I want to not be naked. And then we're going to sell some things, specifically our equipment that we aren't using. So no sword and shield, no longsword, no lance, no gun lance, no dual blades, no hunting horn, no bow gun of either variety, and no bow. I just realized a nifty thing about me playing this on iOS is you can actually see my button inputs. It's made nice and obvious when I press things. And when I move the stick. So that's neat. Don't know why I called it a stick. It's not really a stick. There's nothing stick-like about this thing on the screen. Though I like how they kind of gave it a little bit of texture so that it looks kind of like the stick on a PSP. That's just kind of silly. Because, like, having it textured in-game doesn't make it feel textured to your hand, you know? But anyway, let's get on outside. Selling all that unwanted gear is gonna give us a nice slush fund to start with. Yeah, I'm just fine. Okay, collapsed on a cliff. Oh, I'm glad I'm not an ice cube. That wouldn't be a fun life. Hello, former hunter. Oh, alright. Yeah, I would imagine so. Because if your replacement can't handle the job yet, well, that's an issue. Nah, I'm familiar with Poke. It's back in Monster Hunter Generations, after all. Okay. Yeah, you can see I'm already using the hammer. And yeah, it really isn't great. It doesn't even have yellow sharp. No, I'll be using the hammer. Yeah, I'm already wearing them. Like, I'm wearing my real clothes. Can't you see that? Okay. And then this cat is the armory. Uh-huh. Okay. Ooh. Oh. And we actually will be buying a hammer here. Because the Warhammer has better than orange sharp. Like, it does have a pretty significant loss in attack, but honestly, I don't mind that. Yellow sharp is better. And what armor do you have? Just muff mofu and leather. Does leather actually have the gathering skills? It does have gathering. But that's all, so I don't care. That's me. Yep. Uh-huh. Yeah, okay. So wait, upgrading bowguns only takes money? That's neat. Of course, I'm not going to be using bowguns. Unless I find a dramatic need to cheese some fights. Because bowguns are good for that in this game. Uh-huh. Okay. Sure. And for those not familiar with Freedom Unite, I'll just look at my equipment screen here. You'll note there's no charm slot. That was added in the 3rd generation. So basically we're stuck with the skill points that are on our gear and in our slots. And let's actually look at our options real quick. Oh, that's the only option, huh? Was kind of hoping there would be like a dialogue box option so that I could make them automatically fill or something. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Sure. Well, let's start off with some pickaxes and some bug nets, because we're going to want some ore and bugs before too long. Not going to buy any of the combo books or info books yet, because we can't really afford it at the moment. And I'm also not going to buy any potions, antidotes, or whetstones just yet, because our first quest, we won't really need them. And let's say hi to this Poogie over here. Hey, Poogie. Sure. Oh. Was I already in the petting minigame? Oh, I wish I had a different camera angle. Whoops. Too late. The pig is pickier in this game. Where are you going, pig? Oh, all the way away, huh? Oh well. Uh-huh. Oh. Okay. Let's see what you got. Definitely some nice stuff, but I don't know that you've got anything that I need to spend money on just yet. But actually, thinking on it, I'm not too familiar with where monsters start in this game, so having a few Psycho Serums can be helpful. Anything else I should be wanting? I mean, there's a few things that would be nice to have, but I don't think I'm going to spend any money on them. So now let's talk to this lovely little lady. Yeah, I am fine now. Yeah, sure. I mean, it was a pretty old guy who was village chief in Moga. Oh, okay. Thanks for the house, I guess. Sure. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. Sure thing. Oh, that's very kind of you. Yeah, I've already been there. Uh-huh. Yeah, I think I'll pass. Sure. Alright, so now that we've talked to everyone, I think... Yeah, this guy is willing to talk to us now. Oh, is that so? Yeah, he's the guy who's always in search of treasure. Uh-huh. Sounds good. Uh-huh. Sure thing. Alright. Sounds good. So, let's go ahead and do some renovation, because they start us with some points. Having the mushroom tree is essential. Trenya's boat can wait. And let's get field row +1 going. And let's also buy just a couple herbs. Because we want to be able to use that field, don't we? I'd forgotten that there were frogs in the Poke Farm music. Some of the textures clearly have been improved. Like, these logs look nicer than everything around them. Then again, maybe that was always true. Maybe it's because they're smaller. I like how the log had mushrooms on it as soon as it showed up. And let's see if we get some dung today. Nope. Just checking again. Yeah, nothing. But that's fine. Hey, buddy. Yep. I get it. It's crops. Let's do it. Herb there. Herb there. Done. And now let's do some light mining. If we get super lucky, we'll actually get everything we need to upgrade this hammer, but I think that's actually impossible in one go. And we'll get some bugs as well. Did not have good luck with the bugs. Don't care. Shut up. So, let's put everything we don't need in the box. Whoops, we actually did need that. I really miss item sets. Seriously, they are the best advancement ever made to inventory management in this series. Like, they make life so much easier. Also, just one minor thing. See how all these lines are still bright white, just like all the words and stuff? Makes it makes it stand out a bit too much for something that's got nothing in it. I actually really like how later games in the series have grayed out those lines that show there's nothing in a slot. Kinda wish this game would have done the same, but you can't go and change the past. And also, you'll note that there are no icons on the quests. It was actually Monster Hunter Tri that was the first Monster Hunter that I'm aware of that actually added monster icons to the quest list, which is kind of interesting. But we are going to go ahead and start with Hunt the Carnivore, even though it's a quest for several Geoprey, or Geoprey. It's still just called Hunt the Carnivore singular, which is interesting, but that's just the way life is sometimes. Alright, let's get the camera where we want it. See, now we've got a lot of options. And target camera, what's this? Okay, so there's type 1, type 2, and off, but it's not going to tell us what they do. Alright. Yeah, whatever. I'll just assume everything's okay. Don't know why I grabbed a map. I actually know my way around this place pretty well, because it's back in Monster Hunter Generations. So, I need to get used to where the analog's center is. This is a pretty nice map. I rather like it. It's got some flaws, but for the most part, it's good. It's much improved in the Monster Hunter Generations, if only because of the quicker climbing. But, I mean, it's still nice. Two popos with one swing. Okay, they are not dead. Now they are. And carving. Gonna start off by just gathering everything I can, basically. Because that's really the ideal way to start in just about any Monster Hunter game. But especially this one. And now for some bugs. Probably not going to get any terribly good bugs from this particular spot, but carpenter bugs work. Okay, yeah, I really need to get used to where the center of the analog is, otherwise I'm going to keep accidentally moving backwards at first. Alright, now to give an Anteca a whack. Just gotta catch up to one. It actually takes some doing to bring down anything with this weapon, but it'll get better. You know what? I should probably be eating these. There we are. Now, I don't know how more complex weapons would control in this game, but I can say that the hammer works just fine. I never find any difficulty doing what I want to do. Like, boop, boop, boop. Yeah, it's easy. Hammer is nice and simple, always has been, always will be. Translates pretty well to the touchscreen interface. Now, controlling the camera while moving and charging the hammer up is quite difficult in this game. But, I mean, if I was to wrap an index finger around, I could probably do something. And also they added something as a bit of a handout just to make it so that this game wouldn't be super terrible for people who were only using touch controls. And they actually implemented a full-on lock-on. Like, the camera will actually follow the monster. And having to press a button to climb all this stuff is kind of annoying coming from Cross, where you just... or even the Gen 4 games where you just walk up. So, gathering at a plant spot, seeing what we get. Nothing terribly interesting. Though considering its location, I'm not very surprised about that. Couple ivies isn't bad, though. Now let's climb all the way up. I miss Gen 4 vine climbing as well. Because this takes a while. But in Generations/Cross, you can just zip right on up here. And there's a Bullfango that's already spotted me. And this thing actually takes some doing to kill with this weapon. I had started a file and gone about 20 minutes in. So basically I did exactly this quest before I deleted it and replaced it with this file. Because I figured, hey, I might as well record it. And I didn't actually super pound it that time, so I ended up having to, like, do 2 sets of triple pounds. It was a surprising amount of effort to kill a single Bullfango. And we'll just let that Popo go, I suppose. And looks like it's dead. And there's another one for us to go kill over there. And the weather has changed. That's actually a pretty nice feature that Freedom Unite had. Alright, let's see if we can get any free paintballs here. We can! Sometimes you just get, like, throwing knives, but paintballs are nice. Ooh, and we got nothing but paintballs. Nicer still. I forget whether there are any mining points in this particular area. There might be. And mining is something we absolutely want to do because it's how we're going to upgrade this hammer. And I've actually been kind of hoping for bones from these popos because I'm pretty sure we need those bones to upgrade our bone hammer. Kind of wish holding this over to the left would keep the camera centered as you move. Like, you can tap it over to the left to center it behind your character, but holding it there doesn't do anything. It would be really nice if it could keep your camera centered, though. And here we're actually getting into some more useful plant stuff. Mountain herbs aren't that useful, though. I believe those just become Zenny points. Not that Zenny points are bad by any stretch, but mountain herbs aren't worth much. Okay, let's head all the way to the top of the mountain. And we'll also gather from here. Ooh, sunset herb. I have no idea what those are used for. Another nice advancement that Jen made that I miss. Simply holding a button to gather. So you'll actually notice that the iOS version of this game, unlike the PSP version, actually does have an icon over your character's head when you can gather things, and it'll stop you from being able to gather once there's nothing left to gather. Whereas in the PSP version, there were no icons, you just had to kind of look around and take note of what spots you actually could gather from. And also, you had to just keep gathering until there was nothing left to gather, and it would tell you, and then it's like, okay, time to stop. And let's go ahead and mine from this Kushala shell. We might get a Kezu whelp, but we can also get some nice ore. Hooray, we got a Kezu whelp. Decayed dragon scale. It's an account item, but yeah, let's drop it in place of the map. Alright, now that we've got some stuff, let's head on back down to base camp. That's actually this way. So that we can drop off this Kezu whelp, because it is draining our health. And the only ways to get rid of it are either to go to base camp and drop it off, or to just remove it from your inventory. Or to die, but that's not the option we're going to be using. No, sir. Let's kill this Bullfango again. I like how the Super Pound didn't even flinch the thing. Where is it? There it is. Die, please. Yeah, Super Pound, a full Triple Pound, and then one more whack. Awful lot of work for a Bullfango. So let's go ahead and get rid of something. Firefly. It's not going to be too useful. And let's drink a first aid med, because our health is getting a little low. Though we should be fine from this point on. Down we go. Whoops, didn't land on the ledge. And in fact, didn't land on any ledges. Just slipped right off all of them. To the base camp. Thankfully, the health drain on the Kazoo Whelp is nice and slow. And there's our red box. Ooh, look at that. Got a bunch of points. And Zenny, both of which are important. Now let's go ahead and take a rest. Unfortunately, this game does not have subquests, so basically you've just got the main quest, and that's it. Sharpening the old hammer. And off we go. I actually like how the, I think it was Portable Third was the first one to add a yellow glow for when you were at Yellow Sharp. Actually having that glow there, it's nice. It makes it so that you can really tell when you're at Yellow Sharp instead of... Because the sharpness colors, they pulse. So if you just glance up there, sometimes you'll glance when it's not pulsing and you'll think, oh no, my sharpness is gone. But that's not always the case. There's a lot of things that have changed in this series over time to make it better. And honestly, it's really nice that I can say that, because some game series just don't do that. Hey, Veggie Elder. You're cool and all, but I'm not gonna take any of your stuff. There's where we can gather ice crystals. And stones, apparently. It's too early on for us to try and take anything from the Veggie Elder, because we are gathering too much other stuff. Like honey. Honey is very important. Or we can get mountain herbs, but honey, please. There we go. And as nice as the Poke Farm is, being able to just actually gather stuff there, I much prefer the modern farm style where you can multiply stuff you've already got. Because you can just fire and forget, whereas if you don't gather between every quest in this game, you're losing out on potential items. Whereas for the more modern farms, you just say, hey, set this to go for 5 to 10 cycles, and then for 5 to 10 hunts, you don't have to check it at all. So I kind of prefer the modern style there. Which shouldn't really come as a surprise. I prefer the modern style on a lot of things. Hi, Vespoid. So now there should be a mining point up here, I think. Yeah, there it is. I do not miss the days when mining points were in fixed locations. Let's get rid of the stone. Hi, Vespoid. Thanks, Vespoid. Need some more iron and macalite. Another nice thing about the gathering spots not being fixed is it actually lets them respawn. And having them respawn is, you know, good. Because it means you can't run out of gathering spots during a hunt. Because say you're on a quest to gather coal. What do you do if suddenly there are no more places to gather coal? You just sit there being hosed. So in the more modern games, that never becomes a true problem. And let's just get rid of our mini wets for the sake of time. We've got regular whetstones now anyway. I honestly think the regular whetstones are probably next up on the list of things to get rid of because we can just buy more. Whack! Every time you kill a Giaprey in this game, you gotta actually carve it pretty quick. They despawn fast. Okay. Yeah, let's get rid of the whetstones. Worms are probably next on the docket. The only reason I haven't gotten rid of them yet is because they can be useful for your fields. And I did not mean to unsheath my weapon there. Accidentally held down when I meant to press left on the thing. And if we kill these, we'll be done with the quest. We don't want that just yet, because there's still mining to do. So we just gotta hope that they're willing to leave us alone for this. Really? Alright, iron ore, that's the good stuff. No, I don't want a whetstone. I got rid of those. Thanks, Giaprey. Thanks, Giaprey. Come on. Ow. I always forget that this game was before blights started existing. Ooh. Well, at least we got knocked clear of the area so we can heal in peace. And looks like we've got nothing else we want to be using. And hey, now the Giaprey are all the way over there, giving us free reign to mine a single stone. Great. There's still one more mining spot I want to visit before I take out the Giaprey and finish the quest. And that is here. Hooray for stuff. And now we can't mine a single thing more, and I don't care enough about Anteca, so let's go kill the Giaprey and finish the quest. This has gone on too long anyway. Nice. I like getting all three of them with one golf swing. Now, Giaprey number 2, we definitely won't be able to carve. Might have been able to if we didn't gather that huskberry. But alas. Alright. And thus we have cleared our first quest in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite for iOS. It's not a hard quest. We're not gonna do any hard quests for a while because there aren't gonna be any hard quests for a while. But I mean, this is definitely a game. And it's one that we'll be playing more of. At some point I might just get tired of it, stop playing. But I can say that I'll probably at least get to high rank before that happens. So, yeah, I'll keep playing this for as long as I can stand it. And hopefully we'll get actually more quests in per episode later on. This one was largely just getting myself situated at the beginning of the game, because I kind of want to be able to have better gear sooner, you know? Because as much as this hammer is a hammer that exists, it's not a hammer that's good. And I want a hammer that's good. Oh, look at that ending screenshot. It's so beautiful. Wow, we did not get much of value here. I mean, the Gypre hides are nice, but not much as any either. Got a few more points, though. I wonder when I can get the honey box. The honey box is a thing that I very much want. And we'll take care of some stuff in town before we end this episode. So, ooh, yay, we can get the +1 mushroom tree. And we'll get ourselves a feline chef. Ah, sure. Uh-huh. Alright. Sure. Alright. Okay. Oh. Okay. Alright, let's see who you got. I guess I'll go for this one. It's got 3 stars for an ingredient. And Ultra Lucky Cat and Defense Low aren't bad. So, Ultra Lucky Cat is actually good. Yeah, Conan, you're hired. Sure. Alright. And where is the Poogie? Poogie? There you are. We're gonna be friends this time. Oh yeah. Now we're friends forever. Okay. To the farm! So, for starters, I almost tried going to the honey box there. Old habits die hard, you know? Mushrooms! So many mushrooms! Alright. Let's see if we get some dung today. Nope. And now, mining! Getting some decent stuff. Ooh, today's a good day. Okay, the stone wasn't amazing, but everything else was pretty good. Spider web. That's nice. Bitterbug is pretty good. Insect husk is not. Go away. And that's all we get. So, time to toss stuff in the old box. All of it. Don't need to keep any of this except the bug nets. Probably should have looked for more bug spots. I know there are some. But whatever. Probably wouldn't have had inventory space anyway. And now, let's see if we can upgrade the hammer. Weapon craft improve. Ooh. We sure can, thanks to the iron ore we got at the farm. So, don't get any green sharp, but I do get that raw increase. And now, we've got 2 options for upgrade. So at some point before I upgrade, I'll go ahead and take a look at which one leads to a hammer that I more want to use. And then, yeah, Bone Club is pretty terrible as is. We can't make it better. But hey, whatever. So that's going to be it for this episode. Join us next time when we do at least one more hunt that hopefully will... Well, no, it won't have any more action, but in a few episodes we'll get to start getting to action. See you then, friends.